In the previous section, we talked about the first Bugattis ever made and how the brand went from great success to bankruptcy. In this episode, we will present the Bugatti revival with the newest, fastest and most expensive Bugatti ever released. Here is Bugatti's Evolution Part 2. The revival of the Bugatti brand in Italy has failed since. Bugatti went bankrupt in 1995. However, later in 1998, Volkswagen bought the Bugatti brand. That same year, the EB118 concept was unveiled at the Paris Motor Show. The 18-cylinder sports car designed by Giorgetto Giugiaro paved the way for new Bugatti models. It had a very powerful engine designed by Volkswagen, which gave it a top speed of 199 miles per hour. At the beginning of the 21st century, Bugatti introduced the EB164 Veyron at many auto shows. Veyron production started in 2005. Bugatti went back to its roots by producing the car in Molsheim, France, where Ettore Bugatti began producing his first car. The Veyron was extremely fast, accelerating to 100 km/h in just 2.4 seconds. But even more impressive was the top speed. It can reach a top speed of 409 km/h per hour, making it the fastest car in the world. Once again, the production of the Bugatti Veyron re-established the brand's name as a luxury supercar for the 21st century. In 2008, the Bugatti Veyron 16.4 Grand Sport was previewed. It was a supercar with a removable targa roof. The Grand Sport edition was limited to 150 units. The first unit sold for $3.2 million at an auction by Gooding & Company. A year later, Bugatti introduced 4 exclusive Centenaire models of the Veyron. These were released to celebrate Bugatti's 100th anniversary. Centenaire was launched in 4 different racing colors of the countries competing in motorsport in Ettore Bugatti's time: blue for France, red for Italy, green for Great Britain and white for Germany. In 2010, the Bugatti Veyron 16.4 Super Sport was released. It was a faster, more powerful version compared to previous Veyron models. It had an increased engine power output of 1,184 horsepower going 431 km/h per hour. It holds a Guinness World Record for being the fastest production sports car in the world. In 2012, the Grand Sport Vitesse was introduced as the open-top version of the Super Sport. With a top speed of 255 miles per hour, it was the fastest production roadster ever. Bugatti produced a total of 252 original Veyron models, 58 Grand Sport, 48 Super Sport and 92 Grand Sport Vitesse. Over 10 years it has grown to a total of 450 Veyron units. Bugatti premiered the Chiron at the Geneva International Motor Show in 2016, describing it as the world's most powerful, fastest, most luxurious and most exclusive production super sports car. The Chiron's engine has been significantly upgraded compared to the 1,479 horsepower Veyron. The car can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.4 seconds, making it the fastest car in the world. The top speed of the Bugatti Chiron was electronically limited to 420 km/h. The reason for this was safety, because none of the tires produced at the time would be able to handle that stress while driving at top speed. In 2017, the Chiron set a world record by sprinting from 0 to 400 to 0 km in just 42 seconds. About 200 models of the Chiron were sold before the first car was delivered. The base price was $2.8 million. Bugatti unveiled a track-focused version of the Chiron called the Chiron Sport at the 2018 Geneva Motor Show. To keep the car competitive on the racetrack, it was aerodynamically improved and the car was lighter. The Bugatti Chiron Sport sold for approximately $3.3 million. In 2019, Bugatti presented a high-performance variant of the Chiron called the Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus. The car was powered by a 1,580 horsepower quad-turbocharged W16 engine. It was the first car in the world to reach a maximum speed of over 300 miles per hour. 300 Plus is limited to only 30 samples. A standard version of the Chiron Super Sport is expected to be released in 2022. The interior will come with more leather and redesigned custom wheels. The Chiron Super Sport will have a top speed limited to 273 miles per hour. In 2020, Bugatti introduced the Chiron Per Sport. The car is focused on handling to make the car more agile. The transmission has been revised and the vehicle is also 50 kilograms lighter than the standard Chiron. In total, only 60 units are expected to be produced. Bugatti introduced the Bugatti Divo limited production model in 2018. The mid-engined, track-oriented sports car is named after French racing driver Albert Divo. Although the power output is the same as the Chiron, the Divo is not as fast. It can reach a maximum speed of 380 km/h per hour. The Divo is a very special car and only 40 were produced. This made the car very expensive and had a price tag of $5.4 million. La Voiture Noire was launched in 2019. The Type 57 is a modern interpretation of the SC Atlantic. The legendary icon designed by Jean Bugatti is today considered one of the greatest Bugattis of all time. La Voiture Noire is a tribute to Bugatti's own history and brings the speed, technology, luxury, and aesthetics of the Atlantic into a new era. At the time of its release, it was the most expensive car ever made. Only one was made and it will also be the last. Sold for, $18.7 million. Making it the most expensive new car ever sold. And the Bugatti Centodieci was one of the models introduced in 2019 to celebrate the brand's 110th anniversary. It took its inspiration from the Bugatti EB110, produced in 1991. The Centodieci can reach an electronically limited top speed of 386 km/h. Only 10 will be produced, each with a price tag of approximately $8.9 million. And finally, the Bugatti Bolide was launched in 2021. Bolide's name comes from the French term le bolide, which literally means racing car. With a huge engine power of 1,824 horsepower, the Chiron Super Sport has an engine even more powerful than 300 plus. This car is absolutely crazy and its top speed is expected to be over 500 km/h. That will make it the fastest car in the world. It is also expected to be the fastest car to accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.2 seconds. According to the company, the Bugatti Bolide is the most extreme, uncompromising, fastest and lightest vehicle concept in the company's history. It's incredible how much Bugatti has evolved from its debut in 1904 to 2021. Despite its challenges, Bugatti continues to create some of the most impressive supercars in the world, more than a century after the company was founded. Please subscribe so we can continue to make more educational videos.